is basically having a second full-time job. It is unreal. We're just juggling like 100 different tabs because wow. This is the gap that I've seen in the market where I feel like I can fill in. As long as iMovie does the things, I'm going to be sticking to it. And I know you guys, because you be scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and all these good things. Welcome to the Creator Corner. Oh, here we are, mate. I think we'll be good in terms of lighting. Also, I definitely have a knife in my hand, which I'm really sad about because my spoon is somewhere. I gave it to Seth the other day, put it in his pocket, and now it is nowhere to be seen. So this knife will have to do it for today. I don't know. Okay. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dimple Bagley. I'm a 27-year-old married to my best friend, and we live between two countries, the UK and South Africa. Welcome to the Creator Corner. Creator Corner is essentially a little gap in my channel where I've just decided to make a little bit of space, you know what I'm saying, for myself and other creators, sharing some insight because I cannot tell you how much I wish I had just a smaller channel telling me about how they got to where they're at, how they plan on progressing and moving forwards and having YouTube as their full-time job or main stream of income. These channels that I follow that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions sometimes. Thank you for speaking on these things. I can't relate to you because you are so much further than I am. On the other side of that, I am a business owner. I own a creative studio and I'm a brand specialist. I do that through graphic design, which go into illustration, which go into photography and videography, there are branches to these things, and I think the exact same is applicable with YouTube. You can start with one thing and they can branch off into other things to increase your reach, your ability to connect to people, the value you have to share to grow your channel, and at the end of it all, increase your income. And so this is how things changed for me when I began to see YouTube as a business. Very first thing, as a YouTuber, as a content creator, you are a business owner. What you've essentially done is you've seen a gap in the market where you see potential in the ability to fill that gap, whether that's in your life, your personality, your talents and abilities, your ability to encourage others or even be a resource for others to relate. For example, my husband and I go through visa things, and through my channel I'm able to give information or knowledge or just share my experience with visa struggles and all the heavy things. And there are tons of people who are in that same space, and I'm able to give encouragement or say, hey, listen, try A, B, and C. To this day, I've gotten a handful of DMs on Instagram of just like, listen, I'm doing A, B, and C. Can you please help me with this or that? Like I said, I'm a graphic designer. So there's some graphic designers who have inboxed me and been like, hey, I want to study in the UK. Like, what does that look like? How can I go about that? And I'm like, cool. I've got experience being a graphic designer and I've got experience getting into the UK. This is what you can do. This is what you need. Here's some resources. Let's go. This is the gap that I've seen in the market where I feel like I can fill in and add value. And essentially what I've done there is I've taken a market share. You fill it with your skills and abilities, resources, experiences, and solve a problem for people. And again, that can just be entertainment. Another way that you can see your platform as you being a business owner is that it's like having a full-time job. Having a YouTube channel is basically having a second full-time job. It is unreal. The fact that in the same way that a business has an HR manager, a general manager, PR people, finance, marketing person, social media manager, YouTube, same. Except in this space, you are the video editor, you are the brand personality, you are the face of the brand, you are the editor, the audio specialist, the makeup artist, everything, all the job roles, in the same way it is in starting your own business. It becomes so difficult. But I think when you find that balance between loving what you do, going back to the previous point, seeing the gap in the market, and then just being able to fill it really well, it really becomes worth it. Gaining the community here on YouTube, developing your skills, sharing a sense of entertainment or joy or encouragement, whatever your purpose is in this space, it's really filling. Even though you've got another full-time job and it really sometimes takes years for it to pay like it's a full-time job, I promise you it is so worth it. Another way that you need to treat it like a full-time job, in this space you've got working hours, and that likely looks like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Within your YouTube career, it needs to be the exact same. You need structure, you need business hours. Maybe that's after your daytime job, maybe it's just having a filming schedule. I've recently come up with a schedule that theoretically works for me. I say theoretically because I've not fully applied it yet, but I know that when I get to the space where I can, or when I do, it's going to be optimal for just juggling like 100 different tabs because wow. And what that essentially looks like is my goal is to post 2 videos a week. Wednesday's video and Saturday's video. With Wednesdays, it is to film my content on Monday and get it onto my timeline, so that's where I'm editing it. The raw footage is there, it's ready. Tuesday, do the first edit. That is all the ums and ahs, just getting rid of the extra things that are not necessary. Just doing a first sweep. Wednesday, posting day. That is the second and final edit. That's putting up some extra visuals, music, just the extra things that give it life. And then going ahead and posting that. Great. Second video, Saturday. To start on it on Thursday. That's usually a vlog video where the plan is, again, raw footage and everything. Just get it ready on the timeline. Friday, edit the first cut, ums and ahs. Saturday, second and final edit. All the bells and whistles, extra things, visuals, animations. Post that video. Let's go. That for me is the ultimate filming schedule. Have I perfected it? No. Why? Because YouTube is a second job. Maybe that's the same for you. Maybe during the day it's going to work, it's getting the things done, and then later on coming back to YouTube. But you need to treat it like a full-time job because you need to show up. In order to receive and enjoy the fruit of your labor, you need to put in the time, you need to put in the effort, you have to do all 100 roles. Listen, if you're able to push that consistency, push for your goals. It's exactly like a business. What you put in, you will be able to reap, but it might be much later. But it will be so worth it. And from that, you need to know you can make something out of nothing. With the business, you'll start with what you have. Maybe that is a full-time job where you save, I don't know, 500 Rand each month, where you can pour into this space and make that dream come true. But it's taking from the resources you have right now to build on that personal thing that actually fills you, that connects people from A to B. It's the exact same with YouTube. Capital can be seen as assets, for lack of a better word, that you already have. You don't need to go out and buy a brand new camera, get a new home because it needs to be aesthetically pleasing. No, start with what you have. And I know you guys, because you be scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and all these good things, taking cute pictures and cute reels. You can use your phone to create content. That's exactly what I've done. Even I've been fortunate enough to have actual cameras that I can use, but I've honestly found so much more value in just filming on my phone, because I'm like, the phones they make these days, the camera quality is top tier. So it's like you are 100% able to make do with the resources that you have. And as the business grows, increase your assets. For example, what I've done is I bought microphones. That's this. And I go ahead and attach it to a spoon. In this case, a knife. But that's because I've seen that, okay, what doesn't work is wind. Wind does not work for the people. Right, how can I solve that issue? Great, the next time I see that I've got capital, I can take that capital and blast it into this business that is YouTube. That is buying sound equipment, lighting if it's necessary, or just go outside like me and just make do with what is possible. Taking the software that you already have access to, or just making do with free software. I use a Mac for work anyway, and so I've got iMovie. What is the editing software that people use generally? And that's people with massive accounts. I'll just put it on the screen. But this editing software, let me tell you, is 6,000 to 7,000 Rand. It all sounds fun and games, but it doesn't make sense for me to pull out a flippin' mortgage out of my bum to pay for this editing software where I've got free ones. They may not be as great or as extravagant as that premium one, but where it stands, I'm still in my growth phase. I don't need to invest at that level just yet. And honestly, I'm going to hold off on that for as long as I possibly can. As long as iMovie does the things, I'm going to be sticking to it. So you've got to use the resources that you have. Make do with the capital that you have. And honestly, so far, it has worked just fine for me. And there's still space to carry on with it. Another way to see YouTube as a business is to learn from other creatives. In the same way that we read books, The Diary of a CEO, Rich Dad Poor Dad, there's so many assets that as business owners we draw from role models. In many cases, it's ones that are far ahead and have made it way beyond. I think one of the perks of being here on YouTube is that you can find creators that are on your level. I remember being on 200, 300 subscribers and looking at those who had 2,000, 3,000 subscribers and being like, yo, like, you guys, yes, you haven't fully made it, and I don't know where you're at in terms of a YouTube income and being able to do it as a full-time job, but as someone with 200 subscribers, being at 2,000, that is such an achievement. And so I stand where I'm at and I'm like, 3,000 subscribers? The version of me that had 200 subscribers would be so proud, and I do my absolute best to learn from people who are both above me, on my same level, and those below me, in the same way that you should with business, because having mentors, whether they know or not that they're your mentor, You have so much to learn from them. And with YouTube, it's things like, how do they title their videos? What are the kinds of videos that they post? And obviously this is also within your niche. Maybe you post vlogs. Cool. What do people with vlogs title their videos? I cannot tell you how important it is to title your videos well, to have good thumbnails. And listen, like I said, I'm still a relatively small YouTuber. I'm still learning about these things, but it's like, I need to pay attention. What are the people above me doing? How have they gotten to the place that they are at? Oh, this bug. I don't know how it got so close to me, folks. Let me show you. It's actually this babe. It's just a little bit too close to me. It's a good distance. I can carry on. It's okay. Anyway, what's I even saying? Another big question to ask is, how are the people on these 3 different levels approaching trends? How are they increasing their reach? A direct example is how I mainly do vlogs, but I know that in the week I do chatty videos. And so I take a step back and figure out, okay, what exactly are my sit down videos? And that's how I got to the space of, let me create a corner. Another one that I want to do is speak on business, because I'm like, that's what I do. I may as well share the insight that I have. How can you expand on what you are already releasing? Or how can you increase your reach with skills and talents and abilities that you have? Those are the questions you'd ask in business, and those are the questions that you need to ask as a YouTuber. What are the different topics that you could venture into? How can you diversify? And then, last but not least, if you invest consistently, you will reap the rewards. I have seen this 100% both in business and in YouTube. In business, I have done graphic design and brand management for the past 4 years, 5 years, and it's been so good building those business relationships. And now it's taking that concept and bringing it to the YouTube space and being like, right, how can I invest consistently in this space that I can get the return? Because like I said, this thing is a full-time job. I'll be honest with you, if you don't play your cards right, it will get draining. It will become genuinely difficult to release videos every week, because it takes so much effort and hard work. If you don't have that discipline, that focus of like, even though I don't always see the rewards, the long-term vision. It's the same with an investment. You put in consistently every single month, but give it 5-10 years, a long-term vision, and you will see and reap the rewards of that investment. You need to know that with YouTube, with each deposit is growth. Something I do to help me keep track, in the description I'll put down a subscriber count. So that is, I've got 2,800 at this time of posting, and that genuinely, just psychologically, has helped me so much, because with every video my subscriber count has increased. Without fail, I have increased by at least 100, 200 subscribers, and that encourages me every time that next time I fill this in, it'll be a higher number. And I've gotten to this point and I'm like, let's go girl, we're going, we've got goals to reach, and we are getting there. We are going. You have got to see it as an investment, and most importantly, a long-term investment. Because yes, some people are able to blow up overnight, but you can't go in with that mentality that I'm just going to blow up maybe randomly and hope. No, you have to have a long-term goal as your vision. And I promise you, it'll be so worth it, because even though I'm a small YouTuber, I see so much value in every single video that I post every week, and I see the long-term goal. And creators, we have got this. You have got this. Keep pushing, keep investing, keep the consistency. For goodness sake, your subscribers, whether there are 3 of them, 500 of them, 10,000 of them, or 100k, they are wanting to see what you have to offer. You have seen the gap in the market. Continue to fill it, because your dreams are going to come to fruition, but you've got to be consistent. You have got to put in, you've got to see it as an investment. You have got to see it as a business. Thank you so much for watching this all the way to this point. Listen, if you got to this point, please hit subscribe, hit the like button. If you're not convinced, just hit the like button. Just do me a solid and hit the like button. It really means the most to me, and it adds to my channel, and I appreciate that. Share down below, what has your experience been? What's your subscriber count? What is your goal, and how do you plan on achieving that? Thank you for joining me. If I don't see you in the comments, I'll see you later this week in the vlog. Thank you so much, guys. It is getting dark. Let me go and get the shongololo off my stuff. See you soon, guys. Have a good week. Bye. 27-year-old. What am I? A 27-year-old what, darling?